I feel like having church today. I'm on a roll this morning because I've been taking a break, just meditating and doing a whole lot of other shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes sometimes. But I wanted to follow up a little bit more about what I was talking about in my previous video, where I was talking about the different sides of your brain and the functions of them. A lot of times when we talk about the brain, we talk about left side being masculine, right side being feminine. But has anybody ever really broken it down in terms of the spirits or the entities that inhabit both sides of your brain? Um, First of all, this is something that came from me. This is my perspective, and everybody has their own perspective. I always like to say that, this isn't disproving or discounting anybody else's perspective. This is just my perspective, okay? That came from me channeling and getting information. The left side of your brain deals with the intellect. And that is the daemon side of your brain, or what people call the demon side. That's the masculine side. That's knowledge, intellect, and light. Knowledge, intellect, and light. When you are a person such as myself, who is an avid researcher, who is a person who is seeking light. When you're seeking light, you're seeking knowledge. Knowledge is light. That's all knowledge is light. And when you're seeking knowledge, you're tapping into your daemon side. It's not about good or bad per se, depending on what you're doing. But then when you go over to your right side, that's the feminine energy. That's the dark wisdom. Those are your deities. Okay? The deities come from the right. That's where the deities are. That's where your wisdom comes from. That is where your creativity comes from. Your dark wisdom. And in the middle part of your brain, which is where gay people, this is where we truly operate from. That is the gateway or the nexus point for androgyny, where the masculine and the feminine energy meet to create androgyny, in a sense. Okay? And then homosexuality is a darker, hidden aspect of that androgynous energy. So I just wanted to come through and expound upon that just a little bit more. See, I don't need a lot of time to explain stuff because see, I can explain it within a couple of minutes. I don't need a lot of time to do this. So let me say this again. When you're dealing with the left side of your brain, and I'm not going to tell people how to tap in and all that. If you want to know that, you're going to have to hit me up and get my services. I'm not giving away no free information no more because I'm valuable and the information I have is valuable. And if you want to know it, you got to fucking hit me up. When you want to tap into your daemon side, there are things that you can do to do that. Okay? I'll give you a hint. Being a knowledge seeker. Seeking knowledge. That is part of being a daemon, because the daemons hold knowledge and information. They're entities that give you information. They give you light. That is why they say that, Satan is a demon, or was the prince of all demons, or the king of all demons, because Satan was the left side. That is why they call it the left-hand path. That corresponds to Satanism and shit like that, right? Well, that's why, because they're talking about the masculine side of yourself, of your brain. Just like Lucifer is really the feminine aspect of the satanic energy. And there are different ways you can tap into both of those energies. But I'm not going to get into that in the video because I don't feel like it. But the point that I'm making is this. Gay people, we operate from the middle point, which is what they call the medulla oblongata. We operate from that middle point, that middle gateway. That's why they call us gateway entities, because our brains are operating from that middle point, which is why, I hope I don't lose my my train of thought, which, has nothing to do really with, how can I put this? You can be attracted, let me say it this way. You can be attracted to the same sex or whatever the case may be. But your brain or the function when you're a gay person can still operate in that middle point, which is what we call the medulla oblongata, okay, which they call the life force. And when you think of androgyny, androgyny is the life force. That is the life force. That is the unification of masculine and feminine energy. And like I said, homosexuality is actually a darker aspect of that androgynous energy. It's not, I've evolved so much since I did that lecture on androgyny years ago. There's so much more information that came through. And I'm here to talk about it on my channel, But homosexuality actually equals the darker side of androgyny. And the middle point for that is the medulla oblongata, the life force. So we operate from that middle point because gay people, we really don't subscribe to, although we play roles down here, we really don't subscribe to one or another because we can be both. You feel what I'm saying? We are really both. We're androgynous beings that operate on a darker aspect or correspond with a darker aspect of the androgynous energy. Okay? So I just wanted to drop that too because I felt like talking about it. But anyway, that's all I really have to say. Thank you.